Hey everyone. I think about like exactly last year. I'm actually just gonna go look at this. I made a video called or titled. Let me pull it up. It was called. Christ, I'm gonna have to scroll. I think I know what it is, but was 2022 a good year for Sonic vs. Speed Battle? Was that what it was titled? Don't tell me I deleted it. It's July. Yeah, was 2022 a good year for Sonic vs. Speed Battle? I actually published it on the 1st of January, so I'm a bit late. But, yeah. I wanted to sort of redo that video for this year. I kind of want to make that sort of a yearly trend where every single year I'll go through the characters and that we got and see what was good, what was not so good, what was absolutely garbage, and yeah. So our first character of 2023, this guy, Boss Cage Maze Sonic. Yeah. He's a. I think he was a tad bit broken, guys. Do you think he was broken? He's still top 3, which is insane. He's like been gracefully aging. Like, I don't think we've had a character that's aged this good and it's like since forever. Maybe one of the Super Sonic, maybe? Or, yeah, probably that. No, Werehog. Werehog was the last character that aged as well as this guy. So yeah. If you didn't know, I'll just go over his items. 10, 5, and stats. 10, 5, 7, good stats. 10 speed is always good. They held back with his acceleration, which is good. And strength is decent. Sharp Shelter. We'll get to that in a second, actually. So Lily Trap, this is the first time we have had this item returned since Big, the original Big. So that's sort of been a pattern this year, sort of getting rid of exclusive items for characters. Lily Trap is okay. It can have some situational uses, but it's not overall like amazing. Jungle Run is a fast boost, but the thing about it is that it has a charge up period, so its length is dictated by like how long you're able to charge it for. And then Sharp Shelter. This is why he's good. So this spawns, if you didn't know, this spawns like basically a big whole like lane taking trap in front of, I think, first place. And if you get hit by it, you get the I don't know what the status effect is called, but it's like the flower status effect that you get from like Cream. Like what you get from, I think, Bunny Boost, the status effect from that is applied to this. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but it's ridiculous because if you switch lanes, you slow down. So you have to basically be forced to stay into one lane. And that essentially just completely kills DJ Vector because remember at the time, DJ Vector was running around, we still had the supers, we still had like, I'm gonna pull up my showcase, hopefully I don't accidentally have audio on. I'm just gonna go to the first match that we had. Super. And then, match after that was a super. No, wait, never mind. That's not a super. Oh, it's one of those things where... Oh, Mephiles too. We had Mephiles. I guess I was low enough in the initial showcase to where DJ Vector wasn't popping up. What was the match after that? Rusty. Okay, so yeah, at the time you had supers and you had DJ Vector. DJ Vector's beat boost is what it requires you to like switch lanes in order to get speed. So if you get hit by like a sharp shelter as a boss cage or as a DJ Vector, and then you're trying to like boost, you can't, because you need to switch lanes. Otherwise, your boost is basically just nothing. So, and overall, he was just a very annoying character. In terms of like, I think this might be a hot take. I think that him being good was probably like busted was probably for the better. Now, I know a lot of people in the community are like, why do you want characters to be broken? Why do you want characters to be so strong? And it's because, like, some of them are, like, characters that you really want, and some of them are characters that deserve to be good. This is one of them, I think. This was our first Prime Sonic, and I think he deserved to be good. Did they maybe overtune him a little? Yeah. I'm not denying that. I think they definitely pushed it a little when it came to, they pushed it a little in terms of, his balancing. I think they probably should have, tuned down a little, but overall, just solid. After that, oh boy. Oh boy, yay! Do you know what time it is? And this actually goes along perfectly since they have their recap going on right now. These two. Oh boy. Let's start with Rockstar Rouge. Rockstar Rouge can be okay. I have her at level 3, which obviously isn't the greatest. I think if I had her at, like, I don't know, level 6 or something, maybe she'd be better. But 10, 6, 8, decent stats, basically the same as Boss Gauge, except we're getting 1+ on the acceleration and strength. Storm Clouds, I've said this forever and I will continue to say it, Storm Clouds make any single character good, because that means any rail grinding stage, boom, automatically better. Electro Boost, solid boost, but overall I think not the greatest. It's an old boost. I think we've had it since this guy, Metal Sonic. Yeah, I think this was the first guy to have it. Oh wait, no, Omega. Omega had it. So yeah, Omega was the first character to have it. So it's been in the game since the very start. So obviously it's not as like balanced. It's not like 100% competing with like our big contenders like Super Form or Jungle Run. I was saying that it had a charge up, but it's a stupid fast boost. Jungle Run, we have where is he? There he is. Are you a 23 character? Speed Break. Yeah, it's not as great as those, but it's still solid. And then Hard Rock is actually pretty good. I think I definitely underrated it. Having it be basically a shield for that startup period, and then having a 3-lane hit, that's solid. It's actually pretty good. Not the greatest, just because the actual projectile isn't that fast, but it's still pretty good. And she's like solid. I'm not gonna do, I think in my like last year's video, I said I gave them like a rank out of 10. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna like say if they're good or not. I think that she was like solid. Definitely more on the mediocre side, but you can get some uses out of her. This character. This stupid. Who designed this? Like seriously, who made this and said, "Oh yeah, this is a good idea"? No. So Popstar Amy, 10.76, decent stats. All things considered. Tornado, useless. Literally useless trap. Absolutely useless. I don't know why you would ever want this. It's so bad. Like seriously. Why? Wind Boost, also trash. Like, she's focused around stealing rings. And stealing rings is never a good gimmick unless you're making new items that have some sort of like status effect that steals rings. No, she's trash. And then her new item, Solo Head. It's basically just like, where's Jingle Bell? It's basically Jingle Bell's Gift Trap, but worse, because it has no slowdown, I think. Yeah, it has, like, basically no slowdown. It's easy to dodge. Like, why? Like, she's so bad. Like, trash. I think she's probably the worst character of the year. Like, by far. She's so bad. She's the only character that has a deep-fried character showcase thumbnail. She's that bad. I also gave her a clown emoji. That's hilarious. Okay. After that, I'm definitely gonna have some biases here. DHL. 1077. I'll just start going faster because I've already wasted 10 minutes probably just going and sitting in silence. But 1077, very good. Definitely a lot more balanced of whatever. More balanced stats than any of the previous characters. Stormclouds, again, Stormclouds make any character good. We have Chaos Charge, which is a solid boost. The Fly is really helpful and it's decently fast, but it doesn't hurt, so it's strictly used for movement purposes. And then Red Dragon. Oh my god, my recording froze. Are you kidding me? Red Dragon. So, Red Dragon is a boomerang item, and I think last year we got a few boomerang item characters. Like, instantly what comes to mind is Gawain with his Gale Meteor. And I think I was definitely underrating them. Red Dragon is a mega stun move that is super hard to dodge. And, like, you always have control. DHL in first place, like, slightly in first place, is just a sight to behold. They don't even have multi-pickup, and it's, like, impossible to dodge these. Imagine if Red Dragon had multi-pickup. Oh my god. That'd be a little bit too obnoxious. Like, even for me. Like, that's just insane. But overall, very good. I think he's probably still top 5. I definitely think people underrate him. But overall, just solid. This was May. Also, the Rockstars were, I think they were March, and I just never got around to doing their showcases until May. Yeah. And then Boss Cage was February. So we didn't even have a character in January, and that's repeat for this year. So, yeah. Overall, solid. Same sort of level as Boss Cage, although I think maybe I like him a little bit better, obviously because he's a shadow, but also just because I think he's a little bit more of a balanced character, because he doesn't have, like, something super annoying. Sure, he has Red Dragon, but, like, it's not nearly on the same level as Shark Shelter. If you have DHL basically in, like, a far lead or far behind, it's not going to be super difficult to deal with him. So, yeah. Then we get into June. June. Jesus Christ, June was big month. I'm just realizing that I didn't showcase 2 of the characters for it. I only showcased the 1. Okay. So, June. We have Thorn Rose. We have... Is he down here? No, he's probably up here. We have Thorn Rose, Knuckles the Dread, and Super Silver. Super Silver was a character I think a lot of people were asking for, because we already had Super Shadow in... My game just straight up froze. I'm not even joking. Okay, that's back. We had Super Shadow in, I think, what was it, November of 2021? Or was it 2022? It was 22, right? It was November 22? November 22. For this very start of December 22. And so after him, it was like, okay, we have Supersonic, we have Super Shadow, it's time. And they did it. So they kind of dropped it out of nowhere, but also not really, because it was right around Sonic's birthday that I think they dropped this guy. Was it on his birthday? It might have been, honestly, that they dropped this guy, because I think that was actually a Tuesday. So, yeah. They also changed... I'll get to, like, event formats and stuff later. Right now we're going over characters. I'll start with... I think I'll go in order, because I think it went... Oh my god, why is my game freezing? So, I think it went Thorn Rose, Knuckles, the Dread, and then Super Silver in that order. So, Thorn Rose. I still need to do her showcase, but also I probably won't get around to doing it just because she's level 2. And I don't feel like that's a good enough showing. 7, 6, 9, stats. Would have liked that strength to maybe go into a little more speed. Hedge Maze, it can be annoying. It's the hedge status effect, that's what it's called. And I'm thinking about that because Jungle Run. She has Jungle Run, which is okay, I think, like on her. I think it was sort of maybe more specifically tailored to, oh my god, my recording keeps freezing every few seconds, and now it's gone. Okay, now it's back. It's definitely more suited to go along with Sharp Shelter, but it definitely suits her, I think. Not a bad choice, and obviously Jungle Run is good. Hedge Maze can be annoying, but it got nerfed, so now it's not as good. It used to be a 4-lane with 1 lane that you could jump over. Now it's a 3-lane with 1 you can jump over. So it's not as good as when she came out. And then Hammer Slam. It's a charge up mini boost. And it's okay. I think you can get some good use out of it. If I were to do her showcase eventually, I'd say probably solid. Not anything great, not anything terrible. Dread, probably the hardest fall off of unit ever. Good stats, 858. I think, again, more strength, except this time maybe into acceleration would have been good. Fireball, definitely good. I think this is definitely an underplayed item. And then, I'll get to Broadside in a second. He has the worst boost in the game. Invincibility is just so bad. I'm not even going to get into the rant about it because I think I did that someplace else. Probably his kit details. But Invincibility is bad. That knocks him down a peg. But I think they were probably doing that to sort of balance out Broadside. This is an annoying move. It's a 3-lane. It summons 3 lanes worth of cannons, and then they shoot a projectile back, and then they also just stay on the track and they stun. It's a lot to deal with, but then at the same time, I think the problem he gets hit by his own moves, so it's also difficult for Dread. It's not good for anyone, so I don't think you're gonna see that many people running him. He was annoying, but I don't know. He hasn't stayed that relevant. And then, yeah, Super Silver. So they nerfed supers, I think, around this point. And they're not as good. They lost all their starting rings because they did the starting ring change, I think, around now. And obviously they're not as good as they once were. But without their starting rings, now their items are just so bad. You also don't have a shield, you don't have a boost that you can use early game. It's so hard with supers now. And then they just decide to drop, and then like Hardlay says, oh yes, we're gonna drop one of the most wanted characters in the game, but give him 666 stats because we're so funny. And then give him trash items, Whirlwind and Tornado. Like, sure, you can get rings a little bit faster, but it's Whirlwind and Tornado. Whirlwind is comically easy to dodge, and Tornado is just bad. Super form is always good, but it wasn't the same. And then 666, trash stats, actually terrible. I don't know what they were thinking with this character. Bottom of the barrel character. The supers are supposed to be the big characters. I don't know why they suck balls right now. It's almost inexcusable. I'm gonna be completely honest. I get that the community's like all sort of PTSD'd from when they were like running rampant, but like they're too bad right now. They're just terrible, and we'll get to that with this guy. But oh my god, it froze again. I'm just gonna be doing this all fucking day. I'll get to this later, but yeah. Super Silver, bottom of the barrel release. He's actually usable, so it's not like Popstar Amy levels of bad, but still. Could have done much better. After that, we had the big roadmap leaks, and that led into us getting the Lego characters. Let's start with Lego Eggman. I actually think he's really good. He's definitely underrated. Because he's a challenger, he has better starting rings. But aside from that, he's basically just a reskinned Eggman. Same stats, same everything. I am messing up. Yeah, same stats, same items. Despite having the like Lego branding, it's the same item. So it's the same as the Eggman, except you have better starting rings, so automatically he's better. So yeah, solid. I think you can definitely get some use out of him. He's underrated. He's definitely underrated. And then we come out with the worst event ever. This is such a... Their event was so bad. I cannot stress enough how bad their event was. Like, having that sort of like round robin sort of event was so bad. I hate it. I hated it. The characters are not good because they're commons with... They're still commons at their heart. They have bad stats. Very, very bad. 10, 5, 3. Not good. Actually, that's the most passable out of the 3. 9, 5, 7. Worse. Still, 8, 8, 5. Bad. Bad. Lego Sonic. Same thing. They didn't even bother to, like, do Lego Power Sneakers or anything. Ice Mine. Only okay. It's just okay. Freeze isn't as good as it used to be. Fireball is good, but not saving this character. Amy, Lightning, good, but you need multi-pickup and not a special. That's impossible. Ice Mine, also just standard. Ice Boost, again, no Lego branding, not good. Like, seriously, just not good. And then Lego Tail's the worst out of the bunch. Motobug, trash. One of the worst items in the game. Tornado, bad. Whirl Boost, Wind Boost, bad. Like, they're all bad, and you can't get them to good levels. They're just bad. I had the vault, by the way, and this is what I got the characters to. Like, look at the difference. I have Eggman with 1,123 cards left over. That's probably like a level 9, I think. I just don't want to dump rings into him. Level 3 and 2 level 4s, and they're not coming back. Like, seriously, this is so bad. This was one of the worst events, I think, ever. It was just bad. Then we move on to, oh boy, these two. Let's start with Panda Amy. My title for the Panda Amy kit details video, because I didn't actually showcase her. I didn't showcase the Legos either. I showcased Lego Eggman, but I didn't showcase the other 3 just because they were so bad. The title of her kit details video was Transformers Jet in Disguise, and that's what she is. That's basically what she is. 868, decent stats. My game completely froze. I love this chord. I love this chord. I love this chord. But yeah, if we'll go up to actual Jet 1055, which is much better stats than 868, but yeah. And then she stole Basshosen, which is supposed to be a Jet exclusive move. Like, unlike Lily Pads for maybe, or Lily Trap for Boss Cage, where I think, yeah, maybe that one could have gone to other people than just Big. Basshosen should have just stayed on Jet. I don't see why they did this. Bam Boost is just Wind Boost. It's literally the same thing. It's quite literally just a reskin. And then Pandemonium, and a pun on Pandemonium, which was a clever pun. Actually, clever pun. It's basically just like... Where is she? It's basically Blaze's Lava Bomb, but worse because it doesn't have the same stun. I thought she was going to be a lot better because of Pandemonium, but she didn't end up being that great. Niche uses, not terrible. Definitely a lot better than the other Amy release that we got this year, but or last year. But yeah, overall, not the greatest. And then they saw Super Silver, and they saw this guy who they knew they were going to release later, and they were like, okay, we gotta let the Silver fans have AW, and then they just casually dropped one of the most broken characters in the game. AoE boost, like a boomerang attack, which is super hard to dodge, and then Confusion Mind for balancing. And good stacks with 9, 6, 8. This guy's insane. Like, this guy's just insane. Do I even need to say anything more? I think I definitely have been sort of blabbering on a little bit too much about characters. This one I'm gonna keep short. He's broken. That's it. He's amazing. He's but please nerf him. Please just nerf him. Yeah. And then we get into the big sort of holiday season where we have Halloween immediately followed by the Christmas events. And then also we had Sonic Superstars come out. So automatically that means that we're getting another character, and we'll get to him in a bit. But Halloween, we got 2 characters, and I haven't even showcased either of them. Have I? Oh my god. Oh my god, I did not showcase. I have not showcased like 50%. I gotta forget. I'm gonna do better this year on that. Oh, it didn't freeze. Okay. So we start out with, I think it was Warlock into Mummy. It might be the other way around though, but I'll do Warlock first. Warlock was, I was thinking he was gonna be sort of a return to form of like a better Infinite. It turns out that he was actually kind of worse. Worse stats with 988, and compared to 10-10-6, which is much better. And then we had basically 2 challengers in a row that had like, and we'll get to her in a sec, but we had a lot of characters with like duplicate items. This hurt him very badly. Phantom Dagger's okay. It's not good enough to be to have 2 slots. And then Phantom Dash is worthless. It's just worthless. It's not good. It's super form, but actually worse. Because at least super form, you get the instant speed. For Phantom Boost, you get Ring Drain while you're also still slow. So yeah, it's just worse. This guy was, I think I was overrating him. It was okay. Just okay. Mummy Knuckles, he seemed like he was going to be sort of a Mephiles to like 0.5 edition. And in the end, that's basically what he was. Jump scare, funny Five Nights at Freddy's reference, but it's the same sort of thing as Mephiles, and then Boo Boo's Spirit Trap. I haven't used this character in God knows forever. 669, not great stats. He was okay. Spirit Trap is decent still. I get annoyed whenever I get hit by it. Whenever I get the occasional movie Knuckles user and I get hit by Spirit Trap, that's just annoying. But yeah, Warlock Infinite, I scrolled way too far down. Warlock Infinite, kind of trash. And then Mummy Knuckles, extremely niche uses. If you want to be like sort of a Mephiles main, but you don't want like to be annoying, you could use this guy. And then Sonic Superstars came out, and to coincide, we had Classic Supersonic. I think this year was the year where they decided, hey, let's make the supers bad. So, not only do you have 2 supers of characters that have terrible kits, and then they decide, because the first 2 had, or the first 3 had the same items and stats as the original, we're gonna pull a super duper funny and have them have the same stats as the originals, and then they just pull out the worst ones because Silver's bad and then Classic Sonic is bad. So what do you get when you take bad and combine it with a super form? You still get bad. 955, bad stats. Motobug, terrible. Tornado, terrible. Super form, good. And it's a super, you have no starting rings. Overall, terrible. I wish that they would buff the supers, please. Please buff them. They need to be better. After that, we had a double drop in turn. I only showcased one of them. I'm just realizing. Oh my god. So we had Chrono Silver. And then we had... oh my god, I'm scrolling too far. Surf. I think we actually got Chrono Silver first, if I'm not right. Lying. Yeah. And, scratch what I said about Popstar Amy. At least she has some niche uses. Like, very niche uses, where in first place she can maybe cook a tiny bit. This guy's useless. Straight up useless. Cyclone, terrible. My cord. Oh my god, my cord. So many times this video. Cyclone, awful, terrible. Actually garbage. Not good. Never going to be good. Never has been good. Always bad. EMP boost, not great. Should have stayed on Baby Sonic. Or, is he still called Baby Sonic? He is still called Baby Sonic, okay. And then Zap Trap, okay. I think, I don't know. It's just worse Storm Clouds. So, yeah, he's the worst character. He's just the worst character. 7, 6, 10, not great stats. he's just the worst character from this year. And it sucks because I think he's a pretty cool looking skin. And his new item is a really a really cool concept. And it's just bad. It's just bad. And then, immediately following the worst release of the year, we had the best release of the year. 10.9.5. So obviously this is a W, I think. I think Surge needed to be good, considering we seldomly get IDW characters, and this was her first playable appearance, and she's great. Now, normally I would complain about having duplicate items, but for Power Surge, it sort of makes sense. I think having sort of a mini boost on cooldown for a challenger, you're gonna want that like sort of double, so it makes sense. Volt Bolt, which was just basically a reskin of the EMP boost, not great, but whatever. No cooldown on that, so it was definitely much better than like. She has a cooldown if you don't know. It's not very long, but it's to keep her from being Tango levels of annoying. 10.9.5 good stats. Starting rings are amazing because she's a challenger. Yeah, overall amazing. I think she's the best character that released this year. And then after that, for the final release of the, I'm not lying. Right, because Grim was January. I'm lying! I said earlier that January we didn't have a character. We did! He's just forgettable. So, the final release of the year was Snowdrift Sonic. Now, Santa Sonic was a character I'd been asking for forever. He's a character that originated in Runners, which was... I still think it's the best Sonic mobile game. And if you don't know, Vampire Shadow and Witch Rouge are from that. They still refuse to put in Pumpkin Omega. And then Snowdrift Sonic was basically just their version of sort of revamped Santa Sonic. And ridiculous. He's probably, I think, second or third best. Like, currently he's just ridiculous. 10.4.6. Okay stats. More acceleration would have been nice. Snowball is just a reskin Fireball. It's not any different. And then you get his two... Well, he had completely new items. So you have Snowball, some reskin Fireball. So Gift Wrap, which is an okay boost. It's long, but it's not that fast. And then you get Festive. This tree. The Festive Forest is so broken. This is such an insane, like, move. Because it's a 3-lane trap with a currently bugged hitbox, which makes it so hard to dodge. And then also, with the empty lane, you get a free item. Like... It's insane. It's just insane. This is an insane character. Yeah, I think if I had to give my like top 5 rankings for in terms of power, we have Surge probably number 1. I'd actually wagered this guy number 2. We have Boss Cage 3, U 4, U 5. It's insane. Like all those 5 characters are so like above the rest of the game, it's kind of insane. For Snowdrift, he's definitely been sort of hated by the community. I love him, honestly, just because I've been wanting this character for forever, and now that he's out, that he's good, I like him. Sure, this has a bugged hitbox. It's confirmed bugged, by the way, so once they get that patch, I think he's going to be a lot less annoying, but they might nerf him still. Unfortunate for me, but I like him a lot. So yeah, I'll be chilling with him. I just realized my recording goes again. Not all day. And then so yeah, that's all the characters. In terms of characters, I think we had definitely a lot better of a roster than last year. Let me just pull up my characters from last year. That was okay. So we had Movie 2, we had Gawain, Lucky Whisper. Yeah. I think overall we had a lot less hype characters this year, because last year we had Darkspine, we had Mephiles, we had Super Shadow, we had the movie characters, we had the Prime characters, we had Gamma. Gamma is insane. Yeah, overall last year was more hype, but I think the characters' kits were a lot worse. And this year it's the other way around. We had a lot more skins that were sort of less hype, but the kits were, I think, a lot better. We only had, like, I'd say 3 big L's last year. I'm saying this year and last year because I still feel like it's 2023. So yeah, I think you guys know what I meant. Let's see. Our only L characters were you, and you, and that's it. So overall, oh wait, and then these three. So, oh my god. Overall, I think having like only 7 L's is pretty solid. Especially in comparison to last year where we had pretty crappy character after pretty crappy character. This is good. I think I would have liked to see a super rare be added because this guy was such a nice breath of fresh air. We don't get super rares that often. This was our most recent one, and the one before that was this guy. So I would love to see them add more in the future, but overall, I think this year was good in terms of characters. Like, solid 7 out of 10. Maybe an 8. Pretty good. And then for what's left of the year was event formats and, like, new additions, and then also balance changes. So I'm not going to go through every single balance patch. I've been blabbing for so long, my challenger chest unlocked. Oh my god, that's crazy. In terms of new features, this year we had the addition of bonus missions. I think this is a major W. I think having it be locked behind ads is but better than having to like pay money or red star rings every single time you want them. And overall, just a solid. Everyone wanted a way to get like older characters more frequently. I wish that these would actually just change weekly instead of going along with each event, because these aren't permanent. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but bonus missions overall are a W. And then we had some UI overhauls. We had the UI overhaul, the Tales' Vault. Yeah, I think the shop got changed. I think the amount of free chests got bumped down from 2 to 1, and that's unfortunate, but whatever. This shop has been the loss of so many red star rings, by the way. It's annoying. And then the events. They changed the special events to be, or all events for new characters to be from, I think, what was it, 10, 12 days? Maybe even 14? 2 weeks? They bumped it down to 7. This is such an L for specials. Because now, you went from having, let's like grab a character, Boss Gage had a 14-day event, I think. He's level 6. I haven't earned a single card from him since. And that's solid. Now let's look at Classic Supersonic. Level 5. And this is a character that I mildly grinded up. So, I think this doesn't really apply to Challenger, by the way. Grim Sonic, this was all my fault. I didn't grind as much as I would have liked. And then Surge, also, I probably could have grinded more. You'll see with Warlock and Thin, I got level 7. This is without Vault. So, for Challengers, it was fine. I think 7-day events actually work better for Challengers because they're brief, so you don't have Challenger mode all the time, but you still can get them to higher levels. But for specials, this is so bad because you can only get them to like level 2 or 3. Realistically, without Vault, it's annoying. It's really annoying. It's such an L. And then balance patches, I think we only got like 2 or 3. So yeah. So the first one we got was in February, and that was where the supers got their big nerf, and that's where they fell out of grace. I still think that was an L. They should have done better on that. They should have maybe not went as hard with the hammer. And then I think we got another 2. One which got rid of most 3-lane trap, or most 4-lane traps, and reduced them to 3, which was good. I think having 4-lane traps is still annoying. And then we also had, I think, bug. Technically, it was considered a bug fix, but it was essentially a nerf to Rusty Rose, and then we had a small nerf to Mephiles. So balance patches not really useful. They would either outright hurt characters, that didn't need as hard of a nerf that they got, or they didn't nerf hard enough. So yeah, I'd say next year they need to do better. Balance patches, better events, like take those special events and bump that back up to 14 days. Nobody's complaining, literally nobody. So yeah, overall, I think 2023 was a much better year than 2022, and definitely better than the years before that. 2022 was the best year we had seen for a while in the game, and then 2023 is better. So honestly, this might just be the best year for the game so far. I'm excited what they're going to do for 2024. Hopefully they'll learn, especially when it comes to balance patches, event formats, and definitely undertuning some characters that they can do better. But overall, I think 2023 was a solid year. Definitely our best year yet. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I will spare you from any more of my talking because I've been talking for 40 minutes straight and now my throat hurts and I need a cup of water. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here now. Bye!